What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we are back in Destiny 2, and it's weekly reset time for Season of Arrivals, so the new content is going to continue to roll out this week. Initially we have the return of the Iron Banner for the first time this season, and we've got some new quests, weapon rewards, pinnacles, and more to discuss on that front. And then additionally we have the new weekly quest and Season of Arrivals stuff, so we'll cover any unexpected things as well as additional pursuits for the week, the Pinnacle drops and everything else there. And then we do have the rest of the activities, vendors, and everything you need to know about Destiny 2 until the next reset. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, but first, be sure to check out my partners over at Into the AM. They have some very cool clothing in their store, a new t-shirt club where you can receive awesome designs. And if you like the look of any of the stuff you see in the store, you can use code Houndish to get a 10% discount, so the link for that is down below. Now though, getting into the weekly reset right here this week, it doesn't appear that we have anything kind of super unexpected on the map initially, although of course we do have the means to an end quest right there with the milestone listed. So as always, this is the one that you pick up at the Prismatic Recaster, and we need to contain the spreading darkness by participating in the contact event on Io or Titan, and then of course there is separate steps each week, so hopefully this won't be too difficult to get through, or at least won't take too long, which I guess is what I mean to say. And once again, we do know that this event will move to Titan, but it doesn't look like it's happening this week unless it happens at the end of the quest or something, so potentially next week. And also we know that we're likely to get an exotic quest potentially in the next couple of weeks as well. And so this week there is extra focus on the Iron Banner, which we'll speak about in a moment. But we have the weekly recaster bounties right here, so we've got to defeat Hive on Mars, we need 150 of them, and then Brilliant Display to earn points by defeating combatants and guardians with supers, and defeating guardians will grant the most efficient progress. These are what we need on that slow grind for the Twisted Energy. And then of course you get the free focuses for the beginning of the week, as well as additional power dropping on the first 3 Umbral engrams that you decode. Otherwise, of course, for power, the Prophecy Dungeon is going to be the main way to get Pinnacle gear in terms of new drops. And then also dropping a bunch of Pinnacles will be the returning Iron Banner for Season 11. So, of course, first up we do have the new quest for the season. This is the Red Hot Iron quest, and we'll need to get 25 points with sidearms, as well as 25 with auto rifles. I'm assuming they're points because it does say precision kills grant the most efficient progress, so it must be a point system and not a kill system, presumably. And upon completing this, you can get the forward path, as well as the Fool's Remedy, and that will grant access to those weapons in the loot pool, and then you get the Iron Vendetta shader, as well as the new emblem. We do have a 2.0 reprise of the Iron Fellowship armor right here for this season, and then we've got a bunch of reprised weapons as well, and these ones have been updated to have the kind of power cap for Season 14, so these are going to be useful for quite a few months with sunsetting and everything going on there. And of course we spoke about it recently, but there are quite a few weapons here that you can get some pretty good rolls on, so on top of the weekly bounties, there should be plenty of opportunities for loot. Also, last season I don't believe I could actually turn in tokens without completing the seasonal quests, but it's just given me a new engram right there, and actually dropped one of the Iron Fellowship gauntlets, so maybe you can get non-powerful drops already of some of the stuff in the loot pool without completing the quest. Either way, have fun if you do jump into the Iron Banner this week. I wanted to mention right here as well that as we're going into July, of course, July 7th, we'll see the return of Moments of Triumph for 2020. So of course there'll be the new Triumphs as well as the new Seal, and there's potential for some other cool bits of content next week as well, so I'm sure Bungie will give us more information about that later on this week, so stay tuned on the channel. But then to talk about Eververse for the week, of course, we have the front page section for Bright Dust, so we've got the Golden Age wine shader, as well as the Daito capsule entrance, and then we've got an ornament for Jotun. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it, but pretty cool looking kind of opulent steamed ornament right there. And then also we have the Blood in the Water, which is the Dragon's Breath kind of sparrow. But for the main Bright Dust page, I feel like they're not featuring a bunch of new seasonal stuff on the Bright Dust pages. Maybe that's just me, but we do have the Grasping Thoughts emote right there. That is a new one for the season, kind of Eris themed emote, which is pretty cool. We also have the Unsecured Outcry ship featured for Bright Dust. And then we've got the Concentric Dawn Sparrow, the Ding emote, the Waiting Cask Shell, and the Timeline Zero ornament for Worldline Zero, as well as the Imperial Beast projection, and the Minotaur effects, and the Signal Processed, and Dominus Gaul Transmet effects. And then for shaders we have the Grayscale Undergrowth, and the Iridescent Coral, as well as Tarnished Copper, and Midnight Talons. But to get to other Pinnacle activities, of course we have the stuff on the moon, so the Nightmare Hunts are going to be Pride, as well as Servitude, and then we've got Isolation, and you can also get Pinnacle gear from the Pit of Heresy still, as well as the Garden of Salvation, and this week's challenge, if you do want to jump in, will be the To the Top challenge. This week's Nightfall ordeal will be this strange terrain, so that'll be a fun one to jump into. And then we have traditional Nightfalls as well, including a garden world where you can get the universal wave function ship, as well as the inverted spire where you can get the trichromatica ghost shell, and finally the corrupted, which drops the horror's least pulse rifle, and all of those will drop randomly when you take bosses down. Mayhem and Breakthrough are the other playlists featured in the Crucible, and bear in mind we will have double Valor over the course of the week with triple Valor over the weekend, and Trials will return on Friday's daily reset. To legacy content, if you're jumping into the Menagerie, normal mode has Solar Singe, Grounded, and Brawler, and then we've got Extinguish, Match Game, Attrition, and Arc Singe for the heroic mode, and it would appear that this content is going to go away with the sunset that we see in September, so bear that in mind as we approach that. If you're jumping into Prestige Leviathan raids though, this week's modifiers are Prestige Arsenal, and we've got requirements for anything in the kinetic slot, a fusion rifle in the energy slot, and a fusion rifle in the power slot. We also shouldn't forget the Reckoning though, and we've got modifiers of Void Singe and Heavyweight today, but Mini Oryx should be the boss this week, and so Spare Rations, Bug Out Bag, Outlast, Gnawing Hunger, and Doomsday will be the weapon drops. For the Escalation Protocol this week, if you want to pick up any legacy rewards before they go away, Damkath the Mask is going to be the boss, so the sniper rifle will drop randomly when you take them down, but updated versions of these weapons will be dropping this season. And then there is the Dreaming City as well, so if you're completing any of the Forsaken content and you need Ascendant challenges, then this week you'll find it in the Summeric Garrison, which is accessed via the Chamber of Starlight in Rear Sylvia, so gameplay and location for Corrupted Eggs and collectibles will run at the end of the video. But otherwise, we've covered everything in the weekly reset this week. So guys, as always, I hope you found the video useful. And if you have, be sure to drop us a rating down below and let us know if you're jumping into the Iron Banner, the new weekly quest, or any of the other content this week. But if you're new to the channel as well, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that I can keep you posted on the world of Destiny 2. Otherwise though, for now, whatever you get up to, I sincerely hope you have an awesome day.